The documents too, Eddie. Y'all gave me that link. Let me find that stuff. There was some documents and some spreadsheets and some flow charts we had on there last time. That was really cool. I need to put up.
Yeah,
Brother Eddie, thank you for your time, my friend. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing great. Like Tony, baby. We lit
That's
all the
crazy.
time.
That's good.
It's 8 p.m. We still lit, brother Chris. No sleep.
Man, I tell you, you're right. Doesn't end. I gotta tell you, Eddie. I know we're talking about virtual assistants tonight, but I went to a house that I bought recently. Do you know this crackhead squatter stole my siding? Took the siding off the house.
What?
Let me see if I can show you the picture. I'm gonna do a whole video. I haven't even been over there yet. Let me see if I can find the picture. So I go to the house, right? Well, I don't go to the house. Smitty goes over to the house. I don't think you can see it.
Damn, boy. That's the one you were just telling me about with no teeth.
Yeah, that's the foreclosure that I bought, right?
Man, that's the he
Yeah,
took it off the front.
he took all the siding off the
Oh
whole house, Eddie.
God.
I'm just saying, you never know what's gonna happen. Anyway, Roundup family,
Why
thank
the
you for
hell he
joining
do
us.
that,
This is
Chris?
Chris Haskins. What?
What he gonna do with it? That's what I want to know.
Man, these crackheads. So he tells Smitty, yeah, I went to the hospital for 2 days. I came home, my siding was gone off the house. Man, these crackhead story. He gonna sell it for. He might make $50 with that.
Who the hell want to steal some siding besides him?
Man, steals the
So,
siding off the house. Man. I
how
can't
long do
believe it,
y'all have
dog.
before you can put them out?
I go to court on the ninth, but I just gave him $100 to leave today. We offered him $100. He gave me the keys. We'll see. I don't know. We'll
Man, I
see.
came on my side now. Whew. Lay some hands on me, not the praying ones, brother Chris.
What do you do, Eddie? I just want him. I want him just gone. Anyway, I'll fill you in
Hey
on that, Eddie.
man,
That's not what we're talking.
yeah man, let's keep it moving.
Roundup family, this is Chris Haskins hanging out with my boy Eddie. You know, my mission in the ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. From time to time, Eddie the sacrifices his time, and he's got Mrs. Transaction Engineer going to join us tonight, and we will be offering the virtual assistant masterclass, which is phenomenal. We've done this before. Eddie showed. He's going to show you exactly how he breaks this stuff down to get virtual assistants to run his business, deal with all the minutia, all the moving parts. And I think it's just actually it's undescribable how you got this stuff hooked up. Because literally, I like it where you got it wrapped up almost in a box and you just pass that on to the VA to run the business in.
Heck yeah, man. Because what happened, Chris, I was noticing myself by doing deals. I was trying to do everything myself time, and I noticed I was at a cap rate. Like I can only make about a good 150, a little more a year because I was trying to do everything myself. So I'm like, man, I can't just continue to do this, man. Because you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. It's called so I knew I had to change something, man. I had to make a lot of changes, and the main changes were get that virtual assistant. And once I got my man, life been a damn near 100% better because they take
Good for
all
you.
the jobs that you're doing, man. So now the only thing I do is talk to sellers once they're ready, and that's it.
Hmm.
I send somebody else to the house to get pictures. Now and then I go out there so I can do a video, but I got my acquisition team. They go out to the house, do the pictures. My VA, they set up all my voice drop, text blast system. They make sure that goes off every week. When the leads come back in, they scrub the list, the same list again after we take out the people who already responded and all that stuff. So that's their job, man. They get the list, send it over to use on fiber, let them skip trace it. Man, I'm
Nice.
telling you, man, it totally changed my business and took it to another level. honest with you, and I got more free time, man, which I love. Cause man, I was so bogged down by all that minutia, man. Cause people think about real you make the money like this fast, but it's a lot go in between, man. You got to market first, then you got to get the buyer, you got to get it under contract, you got to do your homework on to see how much it's worth, do all the evaluations, man. You got to put it for sale for the end buyer, moving pieces in the middle. So we have put this VA package together just to help a lot of people.
Don't forget, the last one you said find an end buyer. Pre-screening end buyers is a beast. I mean, you got that set up to where that's kind of on autopilot as well.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother monster by itself. And just imagine if you're doing all that from A to Z, finding the seller, then you got to find the buyers, then get to it's a lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts, yeah. Man. So I thank God we implemented the VA. My wife hooked the system up pretty good.
Yeah.
Detail. So she put all the stuff together where it's easy. We got it where you send out, we got a package that we send out to people with a couple that she put together, the VA put together after we tell her the numbers we're looking for. She put all that together, send it over, communicate, do all the communication with the sellers. On the phone with the sellers is when it's a go, Chris. That's it. Because just imagine you calling all these leads. Some people may say yes, and then you call, but you done call 10 or 15 back. That's going to take some time. That's going to take you 2 or 3 hours sometimes, depending on how long the conversation is. So that saved me on the phone. Because now the 2 or 3 hours I would have been putting in on the phone, talking to sellers and all that stuff, I no longer have to do. I only to ready, man. And then on the buyer side, we got all the calls going, a system like Call Fire. So she has to go and check the system, see who's ready to buy, put it in the follow up with the people, call them, get the down payment amount, how much they want to pay per month, put it in the spreadsheet, and she even sent them to the house. I don't even want to talk to them unless they're ready. So she sent them to the house. They look at the house or whatever. They like the property. Then I call them numbers and close them out. So I love that. I'm kind of control freak. So I love to control the end part and the buying part because you got to buy right in order to sell. I control after she's talked to the seller and after she got me a real buyer. So you know how much time that saved me, man? A lot. Man, I used to be in this office all day, 10 to 12 hours sometimes. Because, I mean, you can only do so much. It's only one you. McDonald's and you working the fries, you making the food, you taking the order, you taking the money, you cleaning up. Man, come on. Shit, one every 30 minutes if you got to do all that. So look how that system McDonald's got. Or our buys the big boy now everybody's talking about. So look at the system that they have going down, man. It's a system.
Yeah.
And once you get that VA in place, on point, man, you can just keep adding virtual assistant. That way you can level your game up and go to different states. Once you got one trained, now you could get another one, train them, take the same information, give it to them, and go into another state and just keep doing it, implement states. More money, make more money. If that's what you're into. If you want to expand it and take it that far, man, it's so cheap, man. Versus having an office with some overhead and paying the staff, that costs a lot of money. You can run your whole business from home, man. Run your whole business from home, your virtual assistant overseas somewhere, or if you get somebody locally, hey man, they cuts out a lot of money, a lot of time, and you're gonna get more deals done. You're not frustrated because you're doing all the work. So now your mind is free to think. And the most of our job, we need to be free to think and make wise decisions and choices when it comes to our business, instead of being so bogged down with you. It's hard to make good choices, man, when you're stressed.
Wow.
It's hard to make good choices when you're stressed.
You talking tonight?
Virtual
I
assistant.
don't know. Huh?
Bring and go ahead.
No, I was just thinking about a book I was reading. How the generals are never on the battlefield. The generals making the big decisions for the military. They're always in another location, or they're in a private office where they can focus on the big picture of the war.
They got to think, man. That's the most important thing. Hey, that's the most powerful power God gave us, the ability to think. And when you stress, you tend not to make good decisions under stress and all that stuff. So, man, bring that virtual assistant in, man, has relieved us a lot. And we got about 2 to 3 that we work with, so it's a blessing, man. That's why we're able to do all type. Why we're able to do the short sales, the subject to the wholesale deals, wholesale lease options, and all the coaching stuff. Without having, man, it'll be a freaking nightmare. I would get none of this stuff done. Now we got to find. I need to find one. Me and you both need to find one to edit these videos together, the Canva and all that stuff. That
Yeah,
alone, man,
thumbnail.
takes shit. Them putting together these videos, they think it. Don't think it's easy. It's very time consuming. On top of it, you got family stuff, business stuff. Man, hey
Tell
man,
man,
shout
tell
out.
man.
I don't know how you pull it off, man, but shout out to you, man. Shoot, I don't know how you pull it off, man, because that's a lot.
You know
I
what? You
get a
got to run
virtual
the business.
assistant.
Then you got to record the business and make it digestible so people can even understand what you're doing on camera.
And you got family
Mhm.
time, family stuff you got to
Yeah.
get done.
So Eddie, tomorrow, uh, August 29th, 7:30 p.m., we're gonna have Mr. Transaction and Mrs. Transaction break this thing down. I love the way her brain is so analytical and methodical, and she can compartmentalize the way this thing needs to look. You're gonna show us where to find the VAs, Eddie?
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna show you where to find the VAs at, the use, the different type of virtual assistants we use, and why. We're gonna break all that stuff down to you, man. I mean, for it makes sense not to have one, especially if you got a job and you're trying to do this business. You definitely need one because if you got a job on multiple deals a month and you trying to do it yourself, man, you're gonna be in the hospital, man. You're gonna be in the hospital stressed. There's a lot of places. So if you got a job, you definitely want to get your virtual assistant. And if you're trying to scale up, because remember, you at a cap rate. If it's just you just mom and popping it by yourself, you will never be able to scale up any higher. Yeah, you may close an extra 1 or 2 deals, but just say if you did double, just say this year alone you done 9 or 10 deals, fine. But I guarantee you can go just as hard next year. You may close your 11 or 12. But if you have a V8, you can take that 9 and close at least 14, 15, 16, 17, because you're not stuck doing all the work.
Mhm.
Keep that in mind. You're not stuck doing all the work. And then I learned, like, I'm not real analytical and all that stuff. So certain tasks that I have to do, man, it mentally, like, it'll slow you. We feel like doing this. But if you got somebody you pay to do it, man, they're gonna jump in there. Boom, boom, boom. Like certain
And get it
stuff,
done.
I see them VAs going, man, they do that shit. They do
I'm
that stuff
listening.
in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, man. I'll be on this computer about 2 or 3 hours trying to do some of this stuff.
Yep.
I thank God for them, man. They save me so much time, man, and money. It's a blessing,
So
man. And we're gonna give you guys all the documents that we
yeah, I was gonna ask you about
in
that.
our business.
Go
All the
ahead. Yeah, but we
documents we
got
use
the
in our business. Go ahead, Chris.
with the documents. Yeah, you're gonna go over. I got a little checklist here. The hiring process. You got a little process step by step for people that don't necessarily. They feel like, well, I'm new to the business. I don't really know how to do it. Are you gonna kind of show them how they can hire someone to help them on their business too?
Right. We'll give them a exact breakdown step by step. So it's really easy. But they say only about 10, 15% of people implement the information they learn. But I promise you, you implement it, guys, it's gonna be for your business. The best thing, man. But you gotta hire the VA right. You gotta know how to pre-screen them right, because all VAs are not the same. There are several before we got the ones that we have now. So you gotta know how to interview the VAs, and we're gonna go over that stuff to tell you how to pick a winner. Pick
Yeah.
a winner.
I got another thing here. You talk about new hire orientation process. I mean, your orientation presentation. You're going to be able to cover the steps that you go down to hire them.
Right. About
Because
to
some people look
hire
at it as a mountain, like, who the hell am I going? They don't even know where to start. Like the documents that you're going to give them, Eddie, will it help them figure out how to actually hire them?
yeah, how to actually hire them, who to look for, where to go, and
Yeah,
what you should pay. And we're gonna go online, show you to go to tomorrow, how to pick them, what to look for, all that good stuff.
yeah.
Cause I'm
Now,
telling you, man, listen, man. I thank God we're able to get people at such good prices versus back in the days before all this internet and everything. You had to actually hire locally and pay top dollar. You know, $14, $15 an hour for some of this stuff. Some of these VAs. When you get a good VA, they work from home. A lot of them, you can see the ratings and their skill sets and whatever they've done. So you get them people 8. You can get a good solid one man about, and it depends on your budget. You can hire them 2 or 3 days a week. You can hire them half days a week. 4, or you can hire them 8, 8, 16, 24 hours a week. So they do whole days or half days. But if you're gonna be serious about this, getting a full-time VA, it's gonna cost you, man.
Wow.
It costs you probably a good grand. Get you a full-time one, but maybe you'll make it up with the sales. As long as you following up with the sellers on the end, make sure the deals are getting closed out. You shouldn't have no problem. That's like nothing compared to the deals you can do. Just think you got to pay $1,000 a month, right? That's only $12,000 a year. A good wholesale deal, that's 10 grand. So
Yes, it
flip your
does.
deal, guys, and put your money up in a different account just for the VA. This is the VA account. Money coming out. This is right here going to take care of my VA. This is going to make sure my business keep running. It don't stop. Because I remember when I was started, or two, man, get relaxed and chill. They chill in a couple of weeks. That cash get back low. Damn, I gotta get back on it. So
Mhm.
it's good if you chill. They gonna still be working. The deal's gonna still be coming in. You can afford to chill because you're not doing everything anyway. You're not putting all the work in. The VA is putting in the work, blessing you. But you gotta follow up with the leads that they're bringing to you guys. So remember, you take care of them. You got to take care of the VAs, and you want to be consistent and continue to pay, because you have to keep going through different VAs, especially when you located a good one. It's gonna slow your business down because you got to keep training them every time, every time. So you want to be consistent, especially when you find a good one. Put your money to the side just for that and let them work, man. You also ask for the daily tasks, what they need to be doing. Record videos. We record videos on how to fill out different contracts. Videos over to the VA. That way, they don't have to call me to fill out a wholesale contract. They don't have to call me to fill out a subject to contract. Only run the numbers. Well, she sent us the numbers, so we look at it, tell her what we want, and all she do is enter it in, and we're good.
Nice.
We're definitely good, man. So, guys, you don't have no VA and you're looking to level up, you better get one. You better get one. If you stay the same, then do the same thing. You're gonna get the same results. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. What you think, Chris?
No, we
You
got.
think anything gonna change
Yeah,
if they don't hire any more help?
well, for me, it was like I know I can put them into play. I know if I say I need this done by this time, Not saying that I'm pushing them, but I like for every Friday I want X. I don't have to talk to them. I know I'm paying them. I don't have to worry about is it a family member or they gonna something gonna happen. Well, something things do happen around the world, but I know
Yeah.
I'm paying to have it done, and they're giving me this data every week. Like for us, they scrubbing the list, looking at different motivated sellers. I know I want this stuff in every week. You pay every week, and it's over. It's just a dot. Ron Grant says it's just a check.
Yeah. That's all it is. And you don't want to have your depending on a family member who's not reliable. Because some people like to hire their family members. I do hire my family members for certain things that, but if I know they're not going to do what they're supposed to do all the time, then you can't be doing the main key components to slow me down, and I don't have time for it. And I started out like that. That's how I know not to do it now. So if you got family and they're not reliable, better get your VA, get your virtual assistant, because these people are getting paid, so they're going to do their job. They're getting paid. A friend think, oh man, I'm gonna get 30 a week, man. Just give it a couple of days. No, man, we don't have a couple of days. These sellers need these documents now.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to, man. You gotta level up. It'll level you up, man. I promise you. And then when you want to just keep going to different states, implement VAs. But first, you gotta get your mindset around, because everybody got some disposable income every month that they have. And you throw away on something, whether it's shoes, whether it's a dress you buy
Whatever.
every time you get paid,
Drinking.
whatever it is, everybody income. Instead of throwing it away, guys, put it into your business, get you a good virtual assistant, and let her bless you. And then by the extra money coming in, to do a little extra stuff you want to do. Hey, you was buying hey, you were buying Puma tennis shoes, and you could buy you a pair, but a while you get a couple of big deals closed out. So it's a big difference, man. It's a big difference.
Yeah. Okay, so Thursday, 7:30, Roundup family. Go to the video link description. As I always like to do, I'm going to reward you guys for watching tonight. You're going to get a discount. It's not that much, it's less than the price of going out, dinner, and a movie. I mean, it's not much. But I have to put value on Eddie's time, because if I don't put value on it, then you won't. I know every time I give away something for free, the last two things I gave away for free, I bought some tickets for local real estate training. Do you know people I gave the tickets to? Both of them didn't even show up. It was terrible. It was terrible. So I have learned that if you don't put a dollar on this, then you won't value it. You don't have to put a dollar on it. And it's not much. So tomorrow, when is that Miss Transaction in?
And I'm trying to see if I can get up here.
Oh, all right. Well, she'll be. So she'll be doing. Okay, that's all good. But the thing is, you got those flow charts, Eddie, where you say once this call comes in, then we go here. So it's not. It takes all. To me, I thought it took all the guesswork out of it for the VA.
Yeah, it does. It take all the guesswork out. Like when you get all the documents, guys, all you got to do is implement. Pre-screen your VA right, give them the information, and let them go to work. Of course, you got to monitor them for a couple of weeks, watch them, and you can let them go after a while. I say probably after good 2 to 3 weeks, they should know the system, know how your game plan is ran there every week. They should have damn near the same task every week.
Yeah.
Market, scrub the list, call the seller, hey, follow up with buyers, run ads.
Well, Eddie, I think it's a different mindset. As I'm recognizing like just our educational system. We're all taught a skill to go out and do something, as opposed to like when you're hiring VAs, that skill and of the doing is managing the people. Like that's a skill in itself, being able to manage what they're doing as opposed to you doing it.
Yeah, you got to manage. You definitely got to manage them. Definitely got to manage them. Because guess what?
I think that
They just sitting around wasting your money. So you
Yeah,
want to
that's wrong.
definitely manage.
It was a skill. I think that I think that this teaches a skill that's just not taught. Like, well, I didn't learn delegation, like delegating, being able to delegate this stuff out. It just took so, I mean, it took years for me to understand that, watching delegate what I didn't want to do to other people so that I could be more efficient with time. And I'm thinking
Like
y'all
like
put this
like Paul
together.
like Paul said, the less I do, the more I make. The less I
Yeah,
do, the
that's
more I
true.
make. The
Same,
more I make.
same basic.
And I didn't
And
understand
tomorrow,
that. I
what do
didn't
you mean?
understand that for a long time. The more I make. But it is because you got
Yeah, it makes you
everybody
sound
else.
lazy.
Yeah, but you look at it differently. You got everybody doing these shit. You got you times 2 or 3. Come on, man. You living your best life.
Hmm.
You got you times 2 or 3. Everybody's working. Let's go back to McDonald's. Let's go back to Popeyes. That's the hype going on right now. It's just like you got the Popeyes, guys. You got your person on the cash register, somebody cleaning up the place, somebody drop, somebody cooking up the red beans and rice back up, somebody dropping the fries. Come on, man. You got 10 people in there working. And that's how they're able to make 11, what it was, $23 million in 11 days. You got a lot of, back again, the less I do, the more I make. Because you got so much help. Hey man, you're unstoppable. The checks roll
Yeah,
because it's
like
not
a
based on
train.
you to do everything. So you can't do everything. So
You're
go
gonna
ahead and
drop the
get your
ball.
deal closed. Go and get this VA system and get your deal closed out and hire you a VA ASAP. I mean, you need one as soon as possible. You want to do a
So,
lot of deals.
good.
If
Yeah.
you want to do a lot of deals, you need one as soon as possible. Now, if you're happy with doing your 2 or 3 deals, hey, cool. Hey, to each his own. But you want to at least close your 2 or 3 a month. You need to have a VA. You need to be on this class tomorrow. You want to do you a couple of deals a month, and especially if you got a job, because you're definitely limited on to put into your business. So it's going to take you if you got a job and you're trying to do it yourself, it's going to take you longer to get these deals closed. Now, on my boy Brandon out in Florida, he had a full-time job. He did the business himself because he was working, to close on the deal. Because it's only so much time in the day. There's only so much you can do by yourself. Then the weekend, most and stuff like that. But it's only so much time you got in the day. So, hey, once he closed that deal out, he closed that one deal out. Got, I think he has 2 VAs now. So he's closed out after he closed that first deal. I say Chris, he's closed out he got 2 VAs. He closed out probably about 5 or 6 more deals in 90 days. So
Hmm.
he's rocking and rolling, got the VAs working. And that's how you get shit done, man.
So we
It's
got
only so much.
tomorrow. Go ahead.
I said it's only so much time in the day. It's only so much we can do. You
Oh
gotta
yeah, I
delegate.
think that's something we got to get over, man. I had to get over that too. You just got to get over it. You can't do it all. Period. And if you do, you get burned out.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So Thursday,
He had some gray
August.
hair like I used to have.
Yeah, mine was
They didn't went away now.
August 29th. August 29th. Roundup family. Make sure we'll have Miss Transaction Engineer breaking it down. She's going to give you the scripts that you can literally just pass on to your VA. I mean, it's truly cool. You're going to have the questions and the question and answer. Eddie, I can imagine y'all coming up with this stuff. It's just so cool how it makes it so simple. You almost like plug and play.
Right. It's like you got a team, man. That's what you want to start building. A team, especially you in this for the long haul. Now you just in the little real estate trend because it's real estate hot now. And don't waste your time. If you really want to be in this business for the long haul and take advantage of all this good money, shit, you better get you a VA so you can love and then just make as much cash as you can, man. Make as much cash as you can.
So you register Roundup Family, you're gonna get the scripts, the flow charts, you're gonna get how to where to locate these people, how to hire them, different presentations, the hiring process that he uses, and how to communicate with them. Because I mean, some of these people are far away. They may live on the other side of the planet. And Eddie has a specialized way that he communicates with these people to get this stuff done. Eddie, final thoughts for this thing. I cannot wait to do this tomorrow. We got about 24 hours. Roundup Family, make sure you register below. You're going to get all this stuff when you register. You get the link to the video for tomorrow and the document download, which will have all this stuff. You can follow along with Mistransaction for tomorrow. Last thing you want to share with us, Eddie, before we get out of here.
Do we have any questions that we can answer, Chris, before we get off?
Oh yeah, tomorrow too. That's right. We will be doing live Q&A. You will have Mistransaction here right on here. You can ask her all the questions. And I know the first time we went on for about an hour and a half, so I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, let me see what questions we got here now.
Man, we rolled out for about an hour and a half on the last master class. Let's see if we got any questions we can answer.
Oh, Daniel wants to know, who was the VA best for? Is it for newbies or people that have been in the business, Eddie?
It's for anybody who want to level up and get a lot of this stuff, stuff delegated. If you're new, just think about it. If you're new and don't have a job, you got the time to put in, then I would say put in. If you got a job and you're trying to do this business, you're gonna have to hire a virtual assistant. You're gonna have to learn some of these processes yourself and then delegate. Because you gotta free yourself up.
What'd you say, Eddie? I'm sorry. I didn't cut you off.
If you want to get out of this, if you want to get out of the rat race and get out of that job, you need a VA. If you got a job. If you don't have a job, you just have a little time to play around. But I would advise you to get your virtual assistant as quickly as possible, though, because you're gonna do some.
For me, it was like hiring people. For me, how it has turned out, Eddie, hiring people to me is like a skill. It's almost like you got to test that skill and grow that skill, even if you're just hiring somebody, even just to cut your grass. So I was saying, Eddie, even if you have a business already running it, hiring people and like a virtual assistant will help you to get that muscle, to build that muscle, to be able to continue to do it.
Heck yeah. Because if I'm telling you, man, this is a lot of moving pieces, guys, in one deal. So just don't even advise working on one deal, because that deal may not, this real estate, sometimes the deals close when they're supposed to, sometimes they don't.
Usually they don't.
Say probably, you say it's about 50% of the time it don't close on time or more.
Man, yeah, 60 to 70.
Yeah.
I had 3 fall apart with the ink on the paper last week. 3. So yeah.
No, man. So you don't want to be stuck on one deal, man. One deal like this. Hey, you want to have a couple of them going, man, because they'll fall out the pipeline on you, man, and you looking crazy. Boy, you waiting on that check to pay your mortgage, boy. Them folks might be knocking at the door in the few. So
that's right. Eddie, Irvin wants to know how you play. How much do you pay for skip tracing? Is that we're gonna be talking about that tomorrow a little bit too?
We can get it to skip tracing
because he got the VA setting that up. That's really cool how you got that set up too, where the VAs do it for you. I thought that was pretty genius.
Man, I like that for the skip tracing. $500 for 500 people.
Mr. T, Daniel wants to know where your VA's from, Eddie.
Philippines.
Yeah. That's how you can afford to pay them so little. They're but you can tell them, Eddie, how can you afford to pay? People think, well, I can't afford to pay these people.
Man, you can afford it. Like I said, even if you get the VA, like you don't coming out the gate, I would advise you probably do it 3 days a week. I would say do 3 days a week, like Monday, Friday, till you get them up and going, and then bring them in full time. You want to get them warmed up and get them trained, and then get them going. But starting off until you get a deal closed, I mean, you can start off a couple of days a week. Come on, guys, if you $8 an hour, what's 8 times 7, 56 times 3,
$150.
$168 a week, man. $168 a week.
That's amazing.
So let's do that time a month. 2, 6, 12, 18, 6, 12, 24, 26, 7, 6. Come on, man, about $700 to run damn near your whole office once they train.
Daniel wants to know, do you
$100 to run your whole office? Come on, man. You can't even do that, man.
Keep you going.
Man, look, if you start snap right now, just think.
Keep you going, man. Go ahead.
If you bought a franchise, guys, you ain't more than $700 You got to get some employees in there. So that's just one employee. You got to have several.
I've been there.
You want to run out there, get your Burger King, Popeyes, or whatever, you're going to have some expenses, man. Real estate really, man, is the cheapest business you can get in. Most money. Make the most money, man. You can't do this business, man. That cheap labor. Hey, man, go back to work, man. That's the best thing for you, man. I got to be honest with you.
Eddie,
we got any more.
Daniel wants to know, yeah, I got a whole bunch. I'm trying to keep you on the road, man.
Oh, okay.
Y'all give Eddie a thumbs up. You see where I'm trying to keep Eddie on focus. I know he's passionate about this stuff. I'm putting the Google Docs. You will get Roundup Family once you register for the course. The video description, there'll be a Google Documents in the video description that would download all the scripts and the flow charts that we will be going over tomorrow at 7:30. The VAs help you find leads. Daniel wants to know.
Hey, that joke said he had a tenant steal the copper water pipes. Man, as long as me and Chris been in this business, but we done seen everything. Now I haven't seen that dog on side him and took off the house, boy. Hey, boy, you a real vet.
Eddie, I thought the house was yellow. We showed up, the house was black. Anyway, did the VA help you find leads? What am I gonna do? I ain't worried about
nothing. Yeah, man, it'll cost $1,000 or $2,000 to put it back on.
You know, I bought it to tear it down anyway, but I was gonna rent it out for $600 a month while I was waiting because the crackhead didn't have no money. Anyway, we'll talk about that later, man. No, I don't deal with that. Mr. Daniel wants to know: do your VAs help you find leads? Eddie. Daniel, I've been trying to slide this one in for you, man.
You ready?
Does the VA help you find leads?
Yeah, they heck yeah. I put them jokers to work, man. And they glad to do the work, and they do it so fast. But I'm gonna let Miss Transaction.
Oh boy. Yes, Daniel, there will be a replay if you want. You will have access to the class if you purchase it. Tashia, you like a VA, but just learning everything yourself. How am I going to train someone else, or are the VAs already familiar with REI? Good question. Oh, wow.
Hi. Hi.
There was the start, Miss Transaction.
Hey, how are you? Why am I
Are
so
you
bright
good
over
are you good for 7:30 tomorrow? I got everything planned for 7:30
uh, today?
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Did he
Mm-hmm.
clear that?
Uh-huh. Did he smear it?
Yeah, I cleared that with you.
No, did he clear
Yeah.
that time? Okay. I see okay. Tashia wants to know if she would like a VA, but she's now learning everything herself. How is she going to train somebody else, or are you already training all the VAs already familiar with real estate?
Okay, so ways that you're searching for, you would want them to have experience already with real estate. So when we dive, we're not going into any platforms right now, but when we dive into the platforms, we'll be able to see their profiles and it'll show their experience. It'll show work that they've done, and then it'll also show where their areas of specialty are. So understanding that you might be new, that's fine, but your VA definitely should not be new to real estate, and that should be clearly indicated on their profile. If it isn't, you want to keep on moving on to some.
So you're going to show us on the class, you're going to be able to show us what we're looking for when we look for that particular person.
Think of it this way. A lot of the greats say, if you want to know something and master it, you hire those that are smarter at it than you. So ideally, not to be facetious, but to say that your VA essentially will be smarter in real estate than you initially. You
Wow.
guide the way. You have the outline that we provide and the complete skill set and knowledge base that we want them to have and focus our business, but they have the expertise and already the skill set, prior experience. If they don't have that, you don't need them.
Gotcha. Tashia, I hope that helps you. Miss Engineer is just an expert. You can hear the words and language that she uses, and it just flows out. She knows exactly what she's talking about. Um,
Get confident. I think what it is that you all have to remember, you're going to set a cadence with your VA, right? You're going to be meeting with them on a they're doing all of your tidy work or minutia or stuff that you don't want to do all the time. So they're going to be doing repetitive tasks, and that will help you become acclimated with what's going on from start to finish. But essentially, they're taking the busy work off of you on the money, the deals, the meat of the bone.
gotcha, gotcha. Mike, I don't want to waste your time. Mike, this is the same VA class that we're doing here. Daniel,
Okay, hello,
Aaron,
Chris. Would you know what time of month? Okay. So, Aaron, it depends. It depends on what list you're using. I know one of our specialty lists are pre-foreclosure. And from the different places that we use those from, they actually refresh on a weekly basis, sometimes on a daily basis. So I'd like to say a best practice of ours is, because we market 2 to 3 times in a month to the same leads, to pull it at the beginning of the month on the 3rd, because the foreclosures happen on the 2nd, and then to pull it again around the 15th, and then to do another blast in the for any of those stragglers that are last minute and don't know what they want to do, but they're at the last minute. So I definitely think that you want to focus on that list. Now, there are many others to focus on, but for pre-foreclosures, I do a 2 to 3 month pool.
pre-foreclosures. I think that's Matt and Eddie's favorite. I just love it. This stress, the
Oh,
people, the
it's definitely
emotion.
favorite. It might not
It's not for
be
everybody
favorite,
though.
but that's who our VA markets to. He just doesn't realize. He just gets the leads when they come in.
Say that again. What did you say?
He doesn't realize, because Mr. Transaction Engineer really is not dealing with the minutia, right? He has to meet with the VAs on a monthly basis to kind of oversee, and we go over pipeline together. But outside of that, I'm the one managing them. So doesn't know where the leads are coming. He just knows when they're coming, when the deals are closing, when it's time to negotiate, or if it's like a creative kind of transaction. That's when he comes in. I can assure you, we love the pre-foreclosure list. He just doesn't realize that.
It's just the
That is
stress.
my
The
list.
people are, you're like a savior. You're helping
I
them.
know what's on my list. I know when it's new. I know when it's taking. I know what's going on with my list.
Gotcha. Daniel, thank you for your love offering. Thank you. Do your VAs find buyers and sellers? Are you doing that, Ms.
Yes.
Engineer?
So we delineate in the course between, so as you grow your business, right? Initially, when you start, you are just self, teaching you to be self and another VA who will start as being that hybrid type of VA. They will work the seller and the buyer side with. Then as your business and your volume increases, then we train you to delineate those two. You have the entire model, the outline, documentation to train both a VA for the buying and selling side. However, that documentation will all be shared with the VA that you start with, because you'll train them to do both. You'll train them to do both. And then once you grow in volume and you have two separate information to split.
Gotcha.
Okay, what are they supposed to do? Everything except close deals. That is everything except, and it's not to say that they can't close deals, because there are some times that I have our VAs go ahead and make the schedule attorney. One of our, we have several attorneys, but there's a favorite attorney that is very familiar with one of our VAs. A lot of times that's when it's a streamlined closing, right? It's a very clean closing. It's simple. It might not be a multiple transaction closing, or it might not be at the end of the marker where we're struggling to get docs in because the foreclosure deadline is something that's just like clean cut, simplified, and I can pass that information to the VA by letting them know, hey, go ahead, reach out to Bill. They can do that piece. I don't want to take that capability, because I am an A-type personality and I want to make sure that everything's complex ones. I don't, but that's not to say you can't train yours. You can train them to do whatever you want, and you can take this and we want you to be successful, and we want to understand some of the things that you grow from this. But essentially, I think that you should monitor that, because that's where your bread and butter comes from. If you don't close, you don't make money.
Well, with your system there, Ms. Engineer, you have the script and the hiring process. They can add to it, take out, change out words to ask the virtual assistant for
All
help.
editable, customizable to how you like. We show you and how we run our business, but this is customizable to how you like, to your market, to your clientele, and to whom and how you're doing it. So
Gotcha.
scalable, right?
So Roundup family, the scripts and the hiring procedures that you're going to get, you can change it obviously to make it fit what you got there. Hold on,
Right.
let me do this. And I forgot to mention, make sure you register for the VA Masterclass. It is Thursday, August 29th, 7:30. You will get Mrs. Transaction Engineer. Oh, Jesus. I'm glad we got you tonight. We're going to finish more questions. I'm not going away.
You guys, you got to be ready to dig in, because I'm very technical. And when I say technical, not meaning that it's something that you understand, but I'm very intricate into details. And that is one thing. You want to be as clear and concise when you're training, because you want to ensure that you are teaching them your expectations. At the end of the day, you land those expectations out. You can reap the benefits of what you need. Spending just about that week training them and being as concise as possible, you will be so appreciated. In the long run, it's going to be an amazing feel for you to watch your business go, and you're not in the driving seat.
And you will be able to answer questions at the end. You're going to go over this thing, and you're going to get all the questions answered at the end of the masterclass on the Thursday as well, correct?
Oh, Irvin, answer. I'm sorry. Okay, so Irvin, you said you're stuck on one deal since March, trying to close, got the probate going on, but my lawyer backed out and I need to get that. Okay, so there's two parts to that answer. First, you have this one deal. I'm not quite sure where you're located, but another attorney, then I would start by finding another attorney for that deal. However, you never limit yourself to just one deal going. It means your marketing should still be going out month after month, sometimes week after week, depending on the structure of your business. So yeah, don't let it go, because trust me, when you close the probate, it's going to be well worth the while. But you should constantly be marketing and having leads. And if it feels, that's exactly why you need this class, because then you'll learn how to have somebody in place to keep those leads funneling in.
Sub it out. Sub it out. Well, if you got a probate issue, man, if you know, it all depends on what the issue is. We could go all the way to talk about quiet title, where you have to literally get the title cleaned out. Okay, A to Z, deal with all the errors. Is A, Z, quiet title. I mean, it could be so much in the middle of that. We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me go down
Hold
here.
on. What
Those are the statements. I've got to make sure I'm clicking on the wrong stuff.
Philly suburbs.
Go ahead. You can read it out loud.
Okay, I see Philly suburbs. Have you used talent.staff.com? Bless you. The VAs there usually go for $4 to $5 an hour. I'm going to take that note and research before our class tomorrow, because if we do have recommendations from from the family to those, I definitely want just to make sure that they have some good reviews and that they definitely are experienced in real estate, because an hour is an amazing price. But remember, you get what you pay for, meaning your VA can be reasonable, but we want to make sure experience and that quality. So as long as they have that, it doesn't matter where they come from, but we want to make sure that they have that experience and they can render the proof of their experience.
Gotcha.
Stuff.com.
That real estate investment in Kansas City. This is our virtual assistant masterclass. Yeah, we've run it before, but this is the course.
Yeah, it's the same course, you guys. So it'll be the same course. Any changes made, however, you'll have an open panel to ask questions like similar to this.
Yeah. Do you use
I will note, I'm sorry, Chris. I will note that Mrs. Transaction Engineer goes off on tangents, so you might capture some new information that you didn't get before, because
that is true.
I'm very detailed tangents.
I'm cool with that. You can keep going. From my opinion.
Yes, James. Yes. Pro is the one. I'm not saying there's not any others, but REI Pro is it's one of the greatest systems, and yes, that's what we use.
Where are you running around? I don't know what that is.
Right now, I need to be probably.
I don't know what that is.
Huh?
Oh. J Equity Group. Will anything new be shared in this masterclass from the last one? Well, it's pretty much the same.
It's pretty.
Than her input. What else we got here?
I agree with that. I agree with that. Daniel, let us know when we're thinking of, we're surveying students and we're thinking of putting together an in-person masterclass. So definitely.
This thing is they're talking a lot to each other.
Can I
Where's the best place to find Brandon? He wants to know where's the best place to find him. So I guess she'll be covering that tomorrow.
I would say like some of the few, so there are a few real estate specific firms that will be a little higher price because they're based out of them. And then Upwork is an amazing place to go. Fiverr is an amazing place to go. It depends if it's a tactical thing versus it being relationship, and we'll get into that tomorrow as we talk about the differentiations between the type of VAs that you hire.
Got it. All right, that's all I got, Miss Engineer. Thank you so much. And just for anybody that thinks that they can't do this or they think I can't afford to pay for somebody, give us some final thoughts before we cut out of here. Get ready for tomorrow, 7:30.
Well, let's say if you can't do it, well, we don't say can't. That's not in our vocabulary, that one. And then as far as fear, well, the only thing to be scared of is if you never start. I think enough people on this call either are thinking or have expressed it in the comments that they can't juggle the multiple deals or they only have a limited amount of leads right now. And having this class will fix that because you'll be able to juggle and manage at a time. You'll fill your pipeline and you won't be focused on just one closing. So if you don't know how to do any of those things, you need to take this.
All right. Miss Engineer, thank you so much. Eddie, he gone?
I can grab him.
It don't matter. Okay, that's cool. We've been on here for an hour. I'm done.
Oh, okay. Well, I look forward to speaking to everybody tomorrow, and we'll be in a lot earlier, so I'll be vibrant and just be ready to dig in.
All right, 7:30, right?
Yeah, 7:30.
Okay. All right, make sure Round Up family register below. The discount will end tomorrow. I'm giving you a little more time. It's not much. I spend more on this going out to dinner and a movie. So get registered up, and you will get. Huh?
When you close your first deal.
Oh, yeah.
Your ROI is what, like 800%?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's immeasurable. You're gonna get the documents. You're gonna get her flow chart, the scripts to talk to your seller, the hiring process, and where to find these people, how to interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Round Up family. I'll talk to you tomorrow, 7:30.
See you guys.
Thanks, Miss Engineer.
Bye.